Hello everyone. Now in last class we have discussed about the basic concept of binary operation and property associated with that. Here some more points we are here we are going to discuss some more relation in a standard form, or you can say in the formula form, relate to functions and binary function. Here some points I have listed out, so try to understand this point and meaning of that. Regarding MCQ question, these all are very important. So yesterday we have introduced about the binary operation. To introduce binary operation we required one set on which we can define binary operation. So let's repeat the definition of binary operation as binary operation on a set A is a function such that this is like a function we have to treat. It will be defined on a Cartesian product of the single group. So A cross A, as an answer you will get a single answer. So this way it is to be defined as a function form. So binary operation from A cross A to A, it will be defined such that A binary operation on B, it will give you a single answer form, and that will be belongs to A, where A and B both are to be taken from A set. So this is a basic definition of a binary operation. A and B can correlate with each other in form of certain relations, so that we have to check it out for associative law, commutative law, evaluation of identity element and inverse element. Now here some more important point regarding to your functions and binary operation we have listed out. So one by one let's try to understand what does it mean. First one, if in any of the set number of element is small n, then total number of binary operation we can define as a n square. So only n will be available to you as a number of element regarding the set on which you are going to define your binary operation. So total number of binary operation you can calculate by using this formula form. Now next, as these all things we have discussed earlier, but regarding the formula form, let's try to list out with the same. In set A number of elements are m, in set B number of elements are n, and function is defined from A to B. So number of functions you can define is n with power m. So sometime it may be asked that how many numbers of function is possible to define in between given two sets. Secondly, same information it will be available that number of element in set A m, number of element in set B is n, function is again defined from A to B, then number of one function you can evaluate as a n permutation m, where your m is having either equal to or less than this m value. Secondly, if m is greater than n, so at that time the number of one function it will be defined as a zero quantity. Now the last one, again same information it is available, then number of onto functions you can define by using this formula form, sigma r is equal to 1 to n, ncr minus 1, n minus r power n. So these all are the formulas form to be used to find out a particular number of function which may be asked in your question form. Generally such type of question are asked in MCQ. So regarding m and n informations will be available to you, and you will go for writing the solution form. Now in order to find out the binary operation and checking of its property, let's move towards the exercise question, so you will have a better idea for solution. In exercise 4.1 we are having question in the beginning in which first of all we will check whether binary operation is possible to operate, and then checking of your commutative and associative property for binary function. So let's consider exercise 1.4, question number 1. In this question, various functions are available or various operations are available. So for all we have to check that whether binary operation is possible to define on given relationship or not. So first of all, we are going to check first one only, in which your function is defined on z plus s Here you have to justify that it is a binary operation or not, or for this given one, binary operation can be defined or not. Here z you are going to take from only plus values, means z plus group 1, 2, 3, 4 like that infinity. When you are talking about any of the binary function, answer should come with the binary form. So let's try to understand what is going to happen here. Here a operate on b such that a minus b. If your a is greater than b, means suppose a is equal to 5, b is equal to 2, and if you are going to write that is 5 minus 2 means 3, so definitely you will get answer as a positive solution. So for this combination, your solution are positive. But if you look at second combination, because this is also possible to have one type of combination, means if your b is greater than, suppose b we are going to take as a 3, a we are going to take as a 2, so as a binary on b means 2 minus 3, you will generate answer as a minus 1, means it will give you your negative solution. But as your function is being defined on z plus, so this combination we can't take as a binary operation form. So here this will give you negative solution. So in general we will write that for this type of combination, answer will come negative. But it should come with a positive quantity for existence of this binary operation. So here binary operation is not going to be defined. So for z plus, binary operation will not be defined. So this way you have to check that what the answer you are going to get, it should be under the range or not. Now secondly, we are going to take one more example and try to understand that whether this given function is a binary operation or not. Now here, as your question is available, this is the fourth part of the same. Here again on z plus, one operation is defined as a binary on this is a minus b. Now here you are dealing with a modulus solution, so obviously all the solution you will get as a positive form. So here it can be discussed as a operate on b, any of the value you can pick up. Obviously a minus b you will get a positive quantity, that means greater than 0. Even though if it is this one, even if you are talking about reverse order, means in which your b is greater than a, at that time also modulus value of b minus a, you can say whatever your value is going to be, right, it will turn with a positive quantity. So in a combined form you can say both will give you only positive solution. So here on this z plus it is possible to operate this binary operation. So here this is a binary operation. This function is a binary operation, or you can say it is possible to manage for further property. So this way you have to check it out that whether it is possible to define as a binary operation or not. In order to the same, just we are going to check out whether this given binary operation exists for commutative or associative law or not. Commutative law means it exists in two element, means A binary with B should same as the B binary with A. And if you are talking about associative law, means we have to deal with the three term. So let's try to check out whether the binary operation are commutative or associative. So look at the question 2, in which various parts are available for checking of associative or commutative law. In second question, we look at the first part, in which again on Z a function is defined as, or binary is defined as A minus B. Here you have to check for commutative or associative law. As you are going to talk about the Z set, means negative, 0 as well as positive, all the values you can select as a value for A and B. So let's try to pick up somewhat value as A, B, and in case of the commutative C, and try to find out the link for this given one. So here let A is equal to 3 and B is equal to 2. So for commutative law, A star B, that means 3 operate with 2. Same way it is to be right, means 3 minus 2, answer is coming is 1. B operate on A, means you will follow the reverse order of writing, means it will be 2 minus 3, answer is coming is minus 1. From here you can say these two are not giving you same solution, means A operate on B not same as B operate on A. That means your this binary operation is not a commutative. Next we will check for associative law, means one more numbers we have to select for. So this was the first part. Now second part, for associative law, let's take A is equal to 2, B as a 3, same numbers also we can take, and C as a 4. Now first we will go for A operate on B operate on C. So here A operate on B, that means first you will find it out A minus B, and then it will be operate on C. A minus B means how much you are getting here? This is 2 minus 3 operate on C. C means what? 4. Here you can write even 4. This is your minus 1 operate on 4. Again the same way it is to be treated, means minus 1 and minus 4, answer is coming is minus 5. So this is a solution regarding A operate on B operate on C. As a second part you will go for A B operate on C. That means it was your 2 operate on 3 and 4. This is 2 star, this is 3 minus 4. It doesn't matter that position of the numbers are changed, same function you will operate everywhere in between two terms. Now this will give you minus 1, again on the same it will be 2 minus minus 1, that means 3. You can see these two solutions are distinct ones. So here A binary with C not same as A operate on B binary with C. That means your this binary operation is not associative. So this way you have to check it out that which one will carry for commutative law or for associative verb. So it will be better that you take some of the example or some of the particular case for which you can talk about the solution form. Now in order to same, one more questions we are going to attend, that is your third part, in which your function is available as in third part, your function is defined as on Q means set of rational number. A binary on B is defined as AB upon 2. So let's go for checking for commutative law first. Means you will check this one. So let's pick up the left hand side. A star B, what you are getting here? AB by 2. Go for the right hand side. B star A. It doesn't matter you write this one as A into B or B into A. It will give you the same answer form. Means same as AB upon 2. Here you can see these two are giving you same answer form, even though we have interchanged the position of A and B. So here you can say A star B same as B star A. That means your binary operation is commutative. For second one means for associative one, A star B star C, it should same as this one. So here again we will go for left hand side solution first. This will give you AB upon 2. Now further this whole combination you will treat as a single term. This is the second one. So this will give you AB upon 2 into C whole by 2 means ABC by 4. Now go for the right hand side solution is A star. So first you will go for this bracketed term is BC by 2. Further this whole expression you will treat as a B. So this will give you A BC upon 2 whole by 2. On making them multiply, this will give you again ABC by 4. So here you can see solution of the left hand side and right hand side are same. So this relation is going to be exist in between this left hand side and right hand side. That's why you can say that this binary operation is associative. So here what you conclude here, that means this binary operation is associative. So this way you can check that in which case it is not going to exist as commutative associative, in which case it is going to be exist over there. Now the next point we are going to discuss about the formation of the table, or on the basis of the table find it out certain answer form. So let's move towards the question number 3, in which binary operation is defined on one set containing element 5 and minimum of AB is to be found it out. So operation table we have to form, and if already operation table given in a question, on basis of that how to find out the solution, that also we will discuss from that. Now here in third question, a set is available containing 5 elements on which a binary operation this way is being defined. Meaning of this operation is in between this sign we are going to use as a minimum of A and B. Means if 2 elements you are going to concern, minimum value you will write as a answer form. So for this purpose we have to draw a operation table. Now how to construct a operation table? Let's try to understand. This is the operation we are going to be performed. So when you are talking about the operation table, first of all, row wise or column wise, list out all the elements available over here. Here what the operation you are going to write, that is to be mentioned here. Now all the elements you list it out horizontally or vertically. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Here this table will be closed. Now how to fill this all blocks? Here what the criteria we will use, in between A and B, what the minimum value you are getting as an answer form, that is to be right in this individual your squares. Okay, so here you can take this all values as A, you can take this one as a B, this you can take as a, this you can take as a B. So 1, 1, pick up one element from here and combine with all this value and write the conclusion answer in this individual block. Okay, so here 1 and 1. So minimum in 1 and 1 obviously 1. Minimum in 1 and 2 is 1. Minimum in 1 and 3 is again 1. Minimum in 1 and 4 is 1. Minimum in 1 and 5 is 1. So this way it is to be filled up. Move to the second element and compare with the all these 5 elements. So minimum in 2 and 1 is obviously 1. Minimum in 2 and 2 is 2. Minimum in 2 and 2, 3 and 2. Minimum in 2 and 4 is 2. Minimum 2 and 5 is 2. Come to the third one. Again the same criteria we will use. So minimum in 3 and 1 is 1. 3 and 2 is 2. 3 and 3 is 3. Again 3, 4 means 3. Again 3, 5 means 3. Fourth one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. Fifth one, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So this way your table will be complete. Now on basis of this table, any of the pair solution you can find it out. How it is so? In some of the cases, some of it is being asked to find out 2 star 3. What does it mean? We have to find out minimum in between 2 and 3. Direct also you can write, but by using the table that also it can be written 2 and 3. Here this 2 and this is your 3. Even this 2 and 3 you can take answer, you will get same. So this will give you the answer as a 2. So this way this table will help you if direct table is available to you. So direct conclusion of the answer you can write. One more thing this table will show you. If with respect to this operation diagonally, if your table is symmetric, means upper side and lower side of this diagonal, if you look at it carefully, if it is symmetry that means what? 1, 1, this is a 1, 1, this is a 3, 1, 1. This way if you are getting the same type of combination, you can say, here you see, this is 2, 2, this is 1, 1 you are getting. This way, if diagonally symmetry of the diagram you are getting, you can say that this given binary operation is a commutative. Or for commutative, you can use the one more thing. Suppose we have written 2 operate with B, 3 operate with B, also we can write over here. So you will get the answer same. So in this case, if answers are coming same, on making the exchange of the element or a number, if the answers are coming same, then only you can say that your binary operation is being commutative. So this is the one method you can use to find out any of the relationship in between any of the number of pair. So in next question the same thing is available, one table is already given to you. On basis of that somewhat solutions are to be find out. So I hope this can be sought out at your level. Now the next point we want to discuss here is a evaluation of a identity element and inverse element. For that purpose one extra question I am going to pick up to discuss about the identity element and inverse element evaluation. This is the main part of this chapter. In your exercise it is not available, but such type of questions are normally asking question in B part. So for that purpose one question we are going to pick up and find out its identity element and inverse element. Now here one question is given that find identity element and inverse element for a binary operation which is given this way, and it is defined on a Q in which -1 we have to cut it down. Now here first of all we will go for evaluation of binary identity element. So here A star B is available as a for identity element A star E should same as a E star A. So this we are going to pick up and check the another one. Now here in place of B you will write E over here, means A plus E plus A into A is equal to A. A will cut. From here E we can take common. So E will come out as 0. Now check for commutative law before finalizing this value. So here A star 0, what it will give? 0, A plus 0 plus A into 0, means you will get it this one as A. Secondly you will go for checking reverse order, that means 0 plus A plus 0 into A, means again you will get A. Means here commutative law is going to be exist here, means this value you can finalize as a identity element. So here you can say means E is equal to 0 is an identity element. So inverse will also be exist there. In some of the cases it is not possible to find out your value of E. So at that time inverse is also not possible to evaluate, because existence of the inverse identity should be exist there. Now go for evaluation of inverse element. So secondly for inverse element of A. So here A star B, it should come as E. Here B is nothing, A inverse. So this B we are going to use as a symbol form. So A star B, in our case your E is being 0. Okay. Now come to this defined form, that is A plus B plus AB is equal to 0. Now from here B is to be separate out. So this A you shift over there, B you can take common. This is your minus A. Now from here B is to be separate out, minus A upon 1 plus A. So this will be your inverse of A, means A inverse is minus A upon 1 plus A. So this way you have to find out inverse of the given one. In some of the cases after writing this commutative law it is not possible to find it out E. So there only you will stop, that if identity element is not going to exist there, so inverse evaluation will also not be possible. So normally such type of questions are asked in the exam as a 2-mark question or sometime in a 3-mark question. So step writing are very necessary. Step wise you have to write down all the solution, and checking of this commutative property is must. In some of the cases this is not going to be exist, so at that time even though E is going to be evaluated there, we can't take as a answer from of evaluated E as the identity element. So be very careful while finalizing the value of E. This checking is compulsory. Okay. So this way such type of questions are to be attended. In next class we will discuss some more this type of question and some question from the miscellaneous exercise of this chapter. Thank you.